If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there. Get pasa to the pack. It is Pack here.
AKA your mama's best friend, your daddy's worst nightmare.
As you notice, this is a brand new place. The reason why I haven't uploaded as much content as usual is because I'm in a new apartment. So I've been moving. It's been a lot of moving. I had to basically do it alone. So it took a little bit. So sorry about the hiatus, but I'm back and back making some 2K content. And when I was moving, we got a lot of stuff. 2K and Mike Wang dropped so much information. Honestly, too much information to really go over all in one video. So that's what I'm going to do. In this video, I'm going to cover stuff that I think is essential, really game-changing, important, and stuff like that. And I'll go from there and make a couple of videos about that kind of stuff, okay? If you like this kind of content when it comes to NBA 2K23 news, updates, and all that kind of stuff, please join the pack and subscribe. That helps out a lot. Let's get the video started. I want to start off with Pelagio. He actually made a little graphic that shows off the tier system for NBA 2K23 that I think is a really good explanation of what they're going to do in this game. So this is what he says. Thoughts on the graphic to help explain NBA 2K23's tiered badge system. Baluba, anything else you can share? Can you share the cost between tiers, examples of tiers and threes, and all that kind of stuff? So they've definitely changed the badge system, and this is the first time they've changed the badge system since 2K19 or 18 when you have to actually like grind your badges. This is different. This is the first time they've updated it in a while. So you're gonna have 3 tiers of badges. We're gonna open up so we can actually look at it. 3 tiers of badges. You're gonna have tier 1, which is like basically the shitty badges. So a great example of a shitty badge is Dream Shake in 2K. No one really uses that badge, or like no one uses it at all. It would be a tier 1 badge. A tier 2 badge is a badge I'd say like corner specialist. It's a good badge, but I wouldn't say it's groundbreaking or game breaking or even necessarily essential, but like for some people it is, right? And then tier 3, limitless range, bullet passer, box out, rebound chaser. These are badges that like non-debatables, like you have to have this badge and it has hella big impact. These are the badges I'm assuming are gonna be tier 3 badges that are way more expensive to get in the game, right? Cost and effectiveness and all that kind of stuff. This is a really good way of explaining that. But here's the thing. The core badge. This is the different one. This is the one that's weird and I really don't understand it completely yet, but let me explain to you what it says here. Each attribute category, so the 4 categories, which is playmaking, finishing, shooting, defense, has a unique badge slot that can be filled with badges that don't count towards your badge points. Each badge will have a challenge requirement that once met will allow the badge to be placed into the core badge slot. I guess this is like your grand badge, or like it's a badge that like is like in a super essential one. I don't know what they're gonna do for core badges. Maybe like catch and shoot, a core badge, right? Maybe. In order to get catch and shoot, the only way you can get it is you have to specifically do catch and shoots and get a meter to fill up. And with that meter, you can unlock the badge and then you can put it into the core badge slot. That's what it sounds like. I'm really interested in if like there's badges we never heard before are going to be core badges. Is it badges that they've decided to remove from regular badges into the core badge slot? I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm really curious to see how they're going to do that. That sounds super interesting and different. I can't wait for that. Now, someone made a pretty good graphic that really shows it off here. His name is Clampinata, and he basically makes like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and he has like available badges and all that kind of stuff, and then even has like little descriptions here. I think it's a really good Photoshop job. It's honestly broken. This is by far the best Photoshop job I've ever seen. But yes, this is what I'm assuming it's going to be. You have your tier 1, which is a bunch of badges, tier 2, and then tier 3. That's what it's looking like to me. He doesn't show off the core badges, which I don't like, but yes, that's what I see. I like it, dude. I like the badge system. It looks good. I think this is getting pretty exciting in my opinion. Now I want to go over the new badges with you in a actual like picture form so y'all can kind of see it. This is by 2K Intel, clutch by him to make this. Basically, we have a ton of brand new shooting badges, a couple finishing, a couple playmaking, and a good amount of defensive badges to be added into the game. And he even shows you the takeover ability of each one. So like Space Creator and Agent 3, these are going to be more shot creator ones, while Midi Magician is going to be like a finisher one, and then like catch and shoot ones, comeback kid, amped, things like that. I like the way that they did this a lot. I think it looks good. I think a lot of these badges I like a lot. I do think some of them are pretty similar And that's what I don't like personally. Like, isn't Vice Grip just essentially unpluckable? Right? I don't understand why you would need this. And then wasn't Workhorse just Hustler? Right? So there's a couple badges I'm not necessarily 100% a fan of. Or like Glove. Isn't Glove just Pickpocket? Like, I don't understand why some of these badges are made. Like Glove, for example, makes it feel like instead of Pickpocket working for steals, it's only going to work in certain situations, and then Glove is only going to work for other certain situations. And that I don't like. Why are we getting too in detail with some of these badges? I think like Pickpocket should cover all steals, and Unpluggable should cover all plucks. That's what it feels like to me, but whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's going to do, what this is doing is like Vice Grip is like centers couldn't get Unpluggable really, really high. So now as a center, you can get Vice Grip because you're a center, and it's going to help you in those situations. There's some stuff here. I'm 50-50 about some of it, but I see it. Finally, it's the jump shot conversation that people have been talking about. So Mike Wang tweeted this out a while ago. He says, signature jumpers have attributes and rating requirements in NBA 2K23. Examples here. Make sure you check the available jumpers with the test build feature to make sure you can get the shot you want before unlocking your build or locking your build in. So, for example, the Steph Curry jump shot has a B release, a C speed, impact A+, timing impact, defensive immunity A, but it's only for smalls, right? But Larry Bird is a bigs and swings, and it also has like an A+ and A+, but it has a C and D. So that means the speed and the release height are usually going to be pretty bad if you're a big or a swing compared to a guard. Here you see, for example, Al Horford for bigs has a release height of D+, but the speed is A+, release impact B+, defensive immunity B+. I mean, that's pretty broken for a big, so it feels like Al Horford would be a pretty good jump shot for bigs compared to, let's say, like Julius Randle that has a C+ defensive immunity, like C, B- release speed. So interesting stuff. And they're also showing like the rating requirement for your 3-point shot. What it's basically doing is like, you can't have a Curry jump shot at 6'7", right? You can't have KD's jumper or Larry Bird's jumper as a 7'2" player. It's going to make sure that if you want to have specific jump shots, you have to have a specific 3-point requirement and a specific big requirement in order to get certain stuff. And I like that. I'm enjoying these kind of changes. It's making more diverse builds. It's making more, instead of it being everyone has kind of the same build but different heights, it's going to be some people have to have certain play styles in order to succeed. And it's going to be a mismatch game. And that's what I want from 2K. I think this is an absolute W. But this is what I've got from these posts. What do you guys think about all of this information? I like it. It's looking good. I like the changes that they added for 2K23. I like it so far on paper, but we have to wait and see because they add these changes and they remove them after a week. We'll have to wait and see. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below. And please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time.